Sequence. Let's make this a little bit bigger. It's hard to get back into the whole thrust of all this here. Sequence. Just a couple terms before we. This won't be long, but it will be something I'll have a few more on. Make sure you kind of understand this. Sequence is nothing more than a pattern. Pattern, which would be, let's say you've got this. Just lesson 34. Huh? Just lesson 34. It is. Are you looking? Yes. Look at you. 7, 12, 17, 22. 12, 17, 22, dot. Understand this, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, these little numbers here are called the terms of the sequence. This one would be its first term. This one would be its second term. Third term. Fourth term. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Term thing. And then, boys and girls and children of all ages, when you look at sequences, you look at what the pattern is. And in this case, what is the pattern? You go add 5, right? Yes. Add 5. Add 5. Whatever this is, ladies and gentlemen, this little number here, this is what the book likes to call the common difference. And don't let the word difference fool you. Just because you're adding 5 doesn't mean you can't use difference. Whether this is adding 5 or subtracting 5, it is still the common difference. You know, if I asked you the difference between you and your brother or sister's age, it could be, your sister could be 5 years older than you, which would be plus 5, or your brother could be 5 years younger, which would be minus 5. So it's kind of interchangeable. Don't let, I mean, we always think about difference as being subtraction, but they can be positive or negative numbers there. So here is the formula that will get you through most, if I could spell it, formula. Because if I asked you what the 50th term of this is, you are not going to want to just write up numbers till you get to 50. There has to be a shorter way to do it, does there not? Okay, good. We all agree on that. And here's the formula. Here is the formula that you use for that. It is this. Here's the nuts and potatoes, the bolts and potatoes and gravy. What is it? Potatoes and what?
French potatoes.
A sub n equals A sub 1 plus, what is it, n minus d, n minus 1 times d. That's perfectly clear, isn't it?
Definitely.
Give you a chance to write that because we have to go really slow from here on in. Or really slowly, which is okay.
Slowly.
The letter N, ladies and gentlemen, is the number of the term you want. Number of the desired term. The letter D is the common difference. Okay. And the other thing to keep in mind here, A is, I believe, the value of the term. Let me see what I can. Is that how they phrase it? I just want to phrase it the same way that they do. So here's what you have to look at this, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Really, you just plug in the numbers when you find them. First of all, in that thing up there, we know that what's the number of the desired term? Which one are we looking for? The 50th term. So n equals 50. I want the 50th term. Okay? D is the common difference, which was what? What was the difference between the terms? 5.
Positive 5.
You can just put 5 there. And the letter A is just the value. We don't really know what that is yet. That's what we're trying to figure out. So this is how you substitute these in here. For the letter N, you put 50. So you have this. A to the 50th, which just means the value of the 50th term, would equal the value of the first term, which you can figure out because we already have it there. What is A sub 1? What was the first term?
7.
Right here, 7. So you put 7 in for A sub 1, plus, we know N again is 50 minus 1 times whatever the common difference is, which is 5. And then you just need to do this math, which means you need to do what first? 50 minus 1 is 49. 49 times 5 plus 7. Quick way of doing 49 times 5? Well, it's the same thing as 50 times 5 minus 5. 50 times 5 is 250, minus 5 is 245. Yeah, so you get 245 plus the 7 over here, which is 252. Are you kind of with me on that?
Does that formula work for every problem?
It only works for ones that have common differences. In other words, this, and you asked an incredibly good question. This is what we call an arithmetic sequence, which means it's by adding and subtracting. If the sequence doesn't deal with adding and subtracting, if it's multiplying, that doesn't work. In other words, if your sequence was this, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, you can't use this sequence because it's not adding. There's no common difference to this. This is multiplying by 2, multiplying by 2, multiplying by 2. We will get to those later. This is actually an exponential kind of thing. So you say, let's try one. Let's go slowly through one. Let's reinforce this with something that's maybe subtraction, shall we? Is there subtracting ones?
Yes, let's do a subtraction.
Let's just make up our own. No, let's not make up our own. Yes, let's make up our own. Is there an example of one in here? Oh, there's some subtraction thing. Oh, let's do this one. This one could be the toughest one of all. Find the 10th term of this sequence. Check this one out. 1/4. No, I want a subtraction one. Maybe I'm going to make my own up. Why don't they give me one? I don't want the 7, 6, 5, 4. I'm just going to make my own up. Let's go with this one. And let's make it the 25th term. 13, comma, 10, comma, 7, comma, 4, comma, dot, dot, dot. And again, getting this right, boys and girls, really just means taking your time. If you do this fast, you are going to get it wrong. Right, Carter Westfall?
Yes.
So the first thing you're going to write down is, what is the formula? A to whatever term equals the first term plus the common, or the number of the term you want minus 1 times the common difference, right? That's what it is. And I would go over to the side here and I would write down all the stuff I know. A sub 1, N equals, and D equals. Those are what you need to know. What is the first term?
13.
13. Anybody confused on that? First term is 13. Letter N, which is, what number term you looking for?
25th.
Number 25. Letter D, what's the common difference?
-3.
Subtracting 3. Once you have all that, you should easily be able to fill in the numbers and do the math. A to the nth, which means the 25th, the value of the 25th term is going to be 13 plus, what do we got, 25 minus 1 times a negative 3, and I would put that in parentheses. Stop me there if that did not make complete and utter sense for you. I think we're good, ladies and gents. So 25 minus 1 is 24. Make sure you do the order of operations. 24 times negative 3 is negative 72. And if I add 13 to a negative 72, I get a negative, anybody?
59.
Negative 59. You could try that to see if it works. You go to the 25th term of this. Thirteen, 10, 7, 4, 1, negative 2, negative 5, negative 8, negative 11, negative 14, negative 17, negative 20, negative 23, negative 26, negative 29, 32, negative 35, negative 38, negative 41, negative 44, negative 47, negative 50, negative 53, negative 56, negative 59. Was there 20 of them? 25 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Congratulations, children. I think you have just entered. All right, for tomorrow. It's going to be hard to get back into this, but let's go.